smacked it real hard up right here. We got that going on. He cracked the frame, so they repaired that, and so now we got to repair that area. So, and there's a couple little areas that need to be tended to. So we're gonna basically scuff the whole entire frame. I'm gonna sand and blend out these areas. Then we're gonna fix the cheetah pattern, and then we're gonna re-clear the whole bike frame. So I'm gonna set up the camera so you guys can watch me sand. It's so much fun. So I got this little tiny DA sander from Harbor Freight, and we're gonna see how it works. Okay, so we got it all sanded down. Got some of the black areas masked off. Let it stay black. Now we still have to be careful where we shoot the primer. But we're going to do a couple light coats of primer on it just to help adhesion. Pressure a little too high. Now I got lettering here that I don't want to have to redo. I got to be careful near the lettering. Of course, we're going to sand it all down, so if I get a little bit on the lettering, it's not a big deal. Just sand it off. I'm going to resand the whole bike with 400 again. Actually, we might do 600. But that way I can make sure I get all the overspray off of the primers. Using a primer that I get around here locally, made by a company called TransStar. This is our classic primer.
Here at Insane Custom Stencils, we're so totally bonkers over our products that we can't contain ourselves. We have fire stencils, skull stencils, and fishing lure stencils, and so much more. You'd be insane if you didn't come check out insanecustomstencils.com and shop our wide selection of stencils. Our stencils are made of 10 mil polyethylene, and they're reusable. You better hurry. They're selling faster than we can make them. Remember, insanecustomstencils.com.
Whenever you're in the market for a high-quality airbrush, think Badger Airbrush. We carry a long line of high-quality airbrushes like our flagship series, the Sotar. The Sotar comes in 3 versions as seen here. Then there's our Renegade series, such as the Chrome, the Velocity, and the Spirit. Then there's our Omni, our Vega, and our Extreme Patriot, just to name a few. What sets our airbrushes apart from all the others is the fact that our products are strictly American-made. They're easy to maintain, and parts are easy on price. So when you think airbrush, think Badger Airbrush, the leading names in airbrushing for the last and next 100 years.
And then it becomes a stencil. Worked a deal with a guy to use his pattern and be able to size it myself. So I got black in the airbrush, very little, but I have black. So what I'm going to do is come in here and use these patterns. I'll lay it to where I could use that as much as possible, and then I'll come in. Okay, so now come in and add some into these areas. I suggest bouncing around because you don't want to work on top of wet paint. The idea with stenciling is basically you're just getting a pattern. And then you'll come in and do freehand work on top of that. And this just makes it a lot faster than trying to do it by hand. And in some areas you can't really lay it down a good way, but you could always come in by hand and just kind of sketch in a shape. what I have to look at is the tightness I have these. I got to make sure that we stay that tight in these, so I might have to come in freehand. And just add some smaller ones so we stay just as busy. Okay. With the brown filling in, it'll help make that blend in. So we got to keep doing it on the rest of this. If I could lay down the whole piece in here, it'll speed it up a lot. Okay, need more black. Takes a decent amount of time. Really lay this in here easy. I have to do it one piece at a time. You just got to make sure that you're kind of busy. You don't want a touch-up area to look like you've gone back in there and did something. I cut out one of these earlier and I put it a different size. I must have went into my sample, because this is too big. This is the size we needed. There are certain areas where you can't get the stencil, so I try to just do it by hand. Try to rotate the shape of the cheetah pattern too, so it doesn't look, give it a little more freehand look. I'm going to go ahead and work on this part. Here up our 4. So there's areas where the stencil kind of lifts up, and I just go back in there and sharpen it up by hand. I think that looks pretty good. I think that'll fool them. Okay. Now I'm going to clean out the black and then put some brown in, and we'll do the brown. Get that done. All right. So I have the lettering that I had from day one. And now I got to line this up. I'm going to have to do it without the backing. Actually, I got a good way. I'll be right back. Now what we can do is put this on parchment paper. Pull off the backing. Now parchment paper is somewhat see-through. Now the question is, will I be able to see that? What I'm going to do, pull that off. Look if I can see the T. Line up the T. I want to say that's lined up. Now what I'll do, move it a little bit, see how the S lines up. Nope, there we go. More light. Looking pretty good. See how we're still doing. Seems pretty good. See how we are. Okay. What I usually do is just use this as some of the masking. So I just need to touch up the C and the bottom edge of the R. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of blend it out a little bit. I gotta go mix up that paint and we'll be ready to go. Okay. Do the C, do the R. A little bit over the E. A little bit on the S, just to blend that out. Just in case it looks a little different. Kind of blend it out. Alright. Okay, that should be fixed. It's always good to keep your, colors for one, especially when they're custom like this. I got lucky that it's within a certain amount of period of time that we brought this back. But try to keep your lettering and your fonts. I try to keep all my signs on a separate hard drive, so that way I always keep them. You never know when somebody might come back and go, "Hey, remember that sign you did for me? Can you redo it?" All right, that's looking great. Some of the R stayed. Pull that off. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but that's black, so I'll throw a little black in the airbrush and touch that up. Come on, scratched it with my nail. So let's get the black in the airbrush and we'll touch that up. Then it's basically ready for clear.